You know what's easy? Getting hung up on the past, because the past is literally everything that just happened. Whether it's an argument, or eating ice cream, or having delightful or horrific experiences, the past oftentimes will be the thing that individuals use as the definition of who they're going to be in the future. And then it just creates this endless cycle because everything that we're reacting to in the present is solely based upon what happened to us in the future. So if we had the perception that negative or bad things happened to us, then perhaps this victimhood mentality has become a part of our identity. But if we found loving and nourishing relationships and people encouraging us all the time, then we see ourselves as indomitable individuals who can take on life and all the challenges that it throws at us. But regardless of the perception that you have, I believe that it's important to find a way to not get too hung up on whatever it is that has happened in the past, whether it's been both good and or bad, because the future is very unpredictable and you don't want to have certain expectations that could be thwarted, because as individuals used to say, or myself, expectations are the first steps towards disappointment. Now, it's okay to, maybe think that something will happen and it doesn't, but the way that you respond to your plans not quite going accordingly is ultimately what will determine how you feel inside. Are you one of those individuals who, if your line of thinking is challenged in the slightest, you get defensive and you don't want to talk to people, and then you just shut the conversation down because it's uncomfortable? Well, then that's likely indicative that you have created this barrier, a wall around who you could be, because that individual, who you perceive yourself as, has a defense mechanism and doesn't want to uncover and release information about their insecurities. So maybe you have, I don't know, a fear of singing, or a fear of drawing, or a fear of the way people perceive your house or your things because they don't look the way that you may think that they want them to. Whatever it is, if you get defensive talking about any subject matter, it's usually indicative that you're not particularly comfortable in that area of life, which can be very problematic, especially when, say, somebody comes along to challenge it. Because if you're not comfortable in truly believing that which you believe, then it could very easily crumble down. Your tower, your Jenga tower, somebody pulls out a thing, it falls down, you just lose all sense of self. So that's why, constantly trying to poke holes in the things that you believe, or trying to listen to other points of views, is important. That way you can at least find a way to further understand the things that you do believe. I don't even remember why I started this conversation, because I started ranting about a series of other things. But either way, just don't get too hung up on the past. That's all I'm saying, because the past is the past. You can't change it, but you can change the way you view it and see how it has helped you grow as an individual. Like they said, or they wrote, or they implied in The Dream Giver, every obstacle that we face in life is merely preparation for the ultimate goal, the big journey, the big dream that God has put in your path. So every obstacle, every dead end, every falter in your step is just a learning experience that God gifted to us to become the best versions of ourselves. So whether that's how you see it, that's the way you could, and then you could use the less than optimal experiences in life as a good thing. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Toodles.